Hello everybody. Today I'm going to show you what you can do to plant. I know everybody's got gardening fever, so I want to show you what you can do in February, even in Tennessee where the weather's nasty today, to keep greens going, keep you staying healthy, and it doesn't take a lot of space. And today I've got kale and mustard greens and lettuce. And we're going to plant these, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm planting them in and how I do it. Now if you'll look here, we've got some really black, good looking soil. And I'll tell you how I got it. It's leaves and rabbit manure. That's all it is. It composts really well. Rabbit manure is a cold fertilizer. And when it turns to soil, it is excellent for growing, especially in the small place. So my favorite tool of choice, I think everybody knows what this is. It's just a putty knife. But I take my soil and just cut a groove all the way down my planter. I'm going to do a little bit right here for you. First one I'm going to plant is kale. See, got a little sign here that says kale. And we're going to open this thing up, and we're just going to thump seeds down in here. And I'm sure you can't see the seeds. There. And then we'll cover that bit up. Since the soil is damp, this is going to work really good this time around. Kale is a really die-hard plant. It grows in the wintertime, no matter what variety. It will grow. And it's got some of the most important vitamins you can ask for in it. Now, since this is just planting seeds, this video is going to be a sectional video. So we're going to have to plant and then come back and show you the progress as it grows. So in your reality, it's probably just going to take a few minutes, but I will keep up with it as it grows and let everybody see how it's going. So we're going to do this. Finish planting the rest of this bed. And it takes very few seeds. But since they're so small, you know, it's easy to get a lot. One packet will do you a long time. Cover them back up, pat it down. Now anybody can grow this in anything, a flower pot or whatever. I happen to have these planters on the handrail, and it comes straight out of the kitchen, so every time I come out of the house, I graze. Grabbing a raw leaf off the plant ain't gonna hurt nobody. So now that we got the kale planted, we'll move on to the greens. Tidy up the soil a little bit and dig my furrow. It's sometimes easier said than done. And if anybody asks, these planters are 8 foot long. Only 6 inches deep. It doesn't take a lot of room to grow any of this. Alright, next packet. Now I didn't buy these seeds any special place. Greens are greens, in my book. Once they start growing, it's good. And down the line we go. And later on, as they grow, you may want to thin them out. If you do, that's perfectly fine. Thin them out, take some, transplant them in another garden space later. But this is going to be good for a micro garden. And you come back to the beginning. And you cover them up. And don't ever forget to mark your garden, because until they start forming a good leaf, you're not going to know what you have growing in there. You may not know the difference between kale and greens until it starts forming good leaves. Always pat it down, get good soil contact. And yep, you can hear the goats in the background. They're about ready for their meal. So we'll get to them here in a little while. Now if you don't have rabbits, to get the rabbit manure, they're not a hard animal to keep. They're really good for the farm and really good for you. But if you don't want to keep them, everybody has rabbit manure. Now that we're going to do to the next planter. Got to get the right seed packet out here. Since my seed packets don't have pictures, I got to read. All these good greens always have such tiny seeds. Now I know there's all kinds of devices out there to help you plant tiny seeds. This is what works best for me. You may find something that works better for you. And if so, more power to you. But a planter on the handrail requires no bending. So if you have back issues, you get some young person to build you a planter and put potting soil or whatever you want in it. 2 or 3 packets of seeds and you can have your greens all year round. Right out your back door. Come on, little seed. There they go. And once you're done with your early spring, or I guess late winter, early spring crop, you can change out what you plant in your planters. You may want to put flowers in them. It's all up to you. Just know it's going to be an easy thing to plant and to work in whenever it's up waist high, especially if you have a back issue. And we're going to cover these little gems up. We'll stick our sign in there so we know what we planted. Making those signs are not hard. A couple of brad nails on a couple of pieces of scrap wood and a Sharpie. Paper, I've understood paper does not hold up out here. The weather just doesn't allow it. We are going to cover up everything, good soil contact. And we will show a time lapse as they grow all the way up to edible or transplantable, whichever one you want to do. Get stuck down in there. All right, and that is it.